Well, my son has asked me to make him a Mahjong set, and I've got this Mahjong set. I ordered it off the internet. I will link it in the description below. The only thing is, it hasn't got the flowers, so I'm going to have to use a different one of these and then make those. I want to get this done quite quickly, so what I'm going to be using is the 4-hour demold resin by J Diction. I use this quite a lot, so I buy the gallon bottles of this because it just is a lot cheaper to buy it like that, and also I use it all the time. So without too much further ado, let's get on. Well, I've got my resin mixed up, and what I've done is I've added some white mica powder to it, quite a bit, because I want it to have a really white finish. And I'm only filling these up, leaving a gap of about that much, because I want to put a slightly different colour onto the top of these once these are cured. Now, I am decanting it into a shot glass to give me a little bit more control when I pour it, to save me filling it right up by mistake. I just think I've got more control that way. You do need, when you've mixed up this amount of resin though, you've got to work fairly fast, because the last thing you want to do is get it to flash cure. And when you've got a lot in a pot like this, it can flash cure. I'm trying to get these as even as possible so that they look the same once I've put the contrasting colour on it. And I'll go ahead and I'll finish these. And then I'm going to show you how to fill in all these little bits with 2 different or 3 different colours, as the case may be, depending on what you're doing. I want to say a massive thank you to all the people that bought me a coffee last month. It's people like you that allow me to go off and buy these molds and do all these experiments and testing and creating these products. Every penny I get from coffee does go straight back into the channel. I never use it for anything else, so thank you so much. See, I'm pouring this in gently as well, because that way hopefully it will release any bubbles that I've caused through mixing in the powder into the resin. And also it allows me, like I said, to get a very even depth going on. Also, a massive thank you to all my members whose names are coming up now. If you're not a member of the channel and you'd like to benefit from all the perks, including the live streams and the extra videos, the behind the scenes stuff, and without a doubt all the experts and superb support there are in the group on how to sell your products, how to take photographs, all that sort of thing. Anything that you really want to ask, you can ask in that group. Then the link for that is in the description below, and we'd love to have you over there. So I've got them all poured now and very close to equal amounts. And what I'm going to do before I do anything else is just go around the edges like this to get rid of any bubbles, and just to scrape across the inside using this little stick, the coffee stirrer. And that way I should reduce the amount of trap bubbles that have got caught in all the little nooks and crannies, hopefully. It won't take long to do, but it's worth doing. And then once I've done that with all of them, I'll go over the tops of them and burst any bubbles that have come up from the mixing of the mica powder in there. And then leave them to cure overnight. Well, these have been curing now for just over 4 hours, so they should be lovely. Yeah, they're lovely and hard, and they're ideal now to put the top coat on. I've mixed up the same resin with some opaque pigment, and I'm doing a red top for this. As long as you don't disturb the pieces in there, then you shouldn't get any bleed down. I want these to be just to the very top of the mould so that they get a lovely finish. I'm trying to do it where there's no overpour as well, because I do have a tendency to overpour, but I no doubt will get some. Well, I'm doing quite well at the moment. Now I've done that level, what I'm going to do is burn off any bubbles that have come up to the top, leave them for a couple of minutes, and then go over and burn off any more. Well, they're all poured now. It doesn't look like I've done any over pouring, but I'm sure there is a little bit there somewhere. There always is. And now what I'll do is I'll leave these to cure up, and then I'll show you what they look like and how to do the rest of it. I'm really excited about this little project. Well, I've been demoulding them and playing around with painting them, and as you can see, they actually moulded really well. And I did manage to get a very even base on them, which I was quite surprised about, and I think they look quite nice upside down. I tried several ways of painting them, and this is the method that I've come up with that I found is the easiest one. So that would need to be painted in black. And what I'm using is my Spectrum Noir Illustrator permanent markers, and how I'm doing it is I'm just going in and pushing the ink in. Now, because these are indented, once it's dry, it's not going to be touched. And they will be waterproof as well, because these are permanent markers. I'm giving it one coat, like this, using the brush end, making sure I get to the edges as well. If I go overlap, because I sometimes do, all I'm like there, look, I've got a bit over there. Show you how to clean that up. Because that's not as neat as I want, what I've done is I take a little micro brush, dip it in a bit of 99% alcohol, and then just clean that up. And get a paper towel, rub it off, and then you've got a nice black character. Now these ones, which are a little bit more difficult, they should be done in a green, and I've got a forest green here. So what I'm doing is taking the other end of the Spectrum Noir pen and rubbing it in like that all the way around. My son came out and told me what colours were each one, so which is really handy, because if not I would have never known, because I thought the greens were blacks. So there we go, so I've got the green there, and all I need to do now is take my little brush, clean off that top bit, and then you've got green going all the way around. I've done those ones. Apparently that should have been green, not black, but there we go. And I've also done the dragons. So you've got the red dragon, the black dragon, and the green dragon. So they are really coming out quite nicely. What I now need to do is make another 3 full sets, because obviously this isn't a full set at the moment. It is quite a large undertaking. I'm not sure if this is something I would make to sell, but because I'm making it for my son, it's quite nice. Well, yeah, I'm pleased how they've come out. Well, there we go. I've finished some of them. I've still got some of them to do, but I'm really pleased with the way they're coming out, and they are looking quite good. Let me know in the comments what you think. Be sure to check out the video that's coming up next if you want to learn more or see more interesting projects on using resin. Boo that like button and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.